You just get them coming up and like wanting to fight you and scratch you
Oh,
and bite
really?
you and kick you, and that's why we have these up for if we're not here. Then
Oh yeah.
they normally with this tiny arms they'll hug it around here and then just kick it and stuff. And we have a couple boxing bags in here too for the bigger ones.
Oh yeah.
So you can see what he's doing here, how he's licking his forearms and his legs.
Mm-hmm.
So kangaroos don't have sweat glands.
Really?
Yeah, so he will lick his fur, mainly on his forearms, and if it's bad, then on his legs as well. They'll do that, and then it will circulate the blood through the forearm and cool it down with the saliva, because they don't sweat. And specifically, the red kangaroos, they live in the warm savanna lands around, Central Australia and up here and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's very, very dry, very hot areas that they normally live in. Yeah, they're pretty incredible. There's a lot of like little things that are quite special. Like a female can hold back a fertilized egg for like 2 years. Just, I don't want to give birth to you yet. I'll stick you.
Yeah.
To you. And generally they'll do that if there's a terrible season.
Yeah.
If it's so dry, there's no food around, there's nothing around, they'll hold that joey back.
Wow. That's so smart.
Yeah, I wish people could do that. Hey.
Yeah. Well, my circumstances aren't right.
Yeah. We could probably get a couple bottles ready as well if you want to.
Oh yes, please.
But what I will show you first.
Oh.
And we normally have these little fake heartbeats, plastic hearts, that we battery powered, and we turn them on and they'll make a heartbeat sound, and they'll also vibrate in the rhythm of the heartbeat. And sometimes it calms them down, but sometimes it's just not enough.
Yeah.
So with this particular guy, I had to sleep with him in my bed for about 3 weeks.
Wow.
So you can imagine how hard it is when I pretty much single-handedly raised him afterwards as well, because I formed that bond with him. But then we released him like a month and a half, 2 months ago. Yeah, it's one of the hardest days of your life, but it's why we do it. Sort of bittersweet, but that's why we do what we do, and every single one of these animals would have been dead if it was a couple wallabies in here, but even the grey ones are also red kangaroos.
Yeah.
People tend to call them greys every once in a while, but they are the same species. This one here, this wallaby here, she's blind.
Oh, wow.
She had glaucoma on one eye, and her other eye was cataract.
Oh.
But at the time, we couldn't euthanize her, so we sent her away to get euthanized, but she came back.
She came back?
It didn't happen. And as soon as she shows any sign of like distress or something, we'll do what we need to do. But generally, when there's not new people around, she has a pretty good map of the whole place in her head.
Yeah.
Quite good. This time of day, the reds are just very lazy.
Yeah.
When it gets warm, they just dig a little hole for their hips and just plonk in it.
Yeah.
And they just lay like this for a couple hours. Careful. She loves this mitt here. We have Johnny in the bathtub.
This is her absolute favourite.
She has minty fresh breath when she's Joey's out of here.
Those hanging tails, just like the one at this, like there's like one behind it. You can see a tail hanging out. It's just like tucked away.
Look, you can see a little.
Hey! Pops his head out.
Normally there's heaps more here. Oh, some of them are huge. And the reds are even worse. Like the reds can be 8 kilos and they're still getting